Hello to our standard students. Welcome to chapter 1, applications of matrices and determinants. Now this matrices and determinants is very important in solving our system of linear equations. So great mathematicians like Gauss, Jordan, Cayley and Hamilton had given a great part in finding out this theory of matrices in investigating the solutions of system of linear equations. So in this chapter we are going to see the application of matrices in solving the system of linear equations. There are 4 methods: matrix inversion method, Cramer's rule, Gaussian elimination method and rank method. Before going into this, we should know some basic concepts which I have already seen in 11th standard. One is non-singular matrix. What is a non-singular matrix? A square matrix is called a non-singular matrix if its determinant is not equal to 0. That is, determinant A is not equal to 0. So if there is non-singular, there should be a singular, isn't it? A square matrix is called singular if its determinant equal to 0. This condition is very important to find out the inverse of a matrix. Only if it is non-singular, we can find its square root. Okay. Now next one. Let A be Aij 3 cross 3 be a given square matrix of order 3. The minor of an arbitrary element Aij is the determinant obtained by deleting the ith row and the jth column in which the element Aij stands, and the minor is denoted by Mij. So this thing we are going to join with the cofactor of the matrix. Okay, only the cofactor matrix makes the adjoint of the matrix. Only if you know the adjoint you can find the inverse. So for inverse you should know determinant A and adjoint A. Okay, what is needed for adjoint A? The cofactor. For what is the cofactor? Cofactor is a signed minor. So only if you know to find out the minor, a signed minor is called the cofactor, and it is denoted by Aij. It is nothing but minus 1 power I plus j into Mij. And an important property they have given, remember this property, ai1 a capital ai1 plus ai2 aj2. So it goes on where determinant equal to determinant a if I equal to j and equal to 0 if I not equal to j. Okay. Then coming to adjoint. What is adjoint? As I told you, a square matrix of order n, then the matrix of cofactors of A defined as a matrix obtained by replacing each element of A with the corresponding cofactor Aij. Okay. The adjoint matrix of A is defined as the transpose of the matrix of the cofactors. So first we are finding the cofactor and then we are finding the transpose of the cofactor, and it is denoted by adjoint A, Adj A. So they are given in the general format. What is adjoint A? Aij transpose, that is equal to minus 1 power I plus j into Mij transpose. Okay. So this is the denotion for adjoint A, and this we will use in our problems. Okay. So adjoint A is nothing but you are finding out the minus, and this is the sign. How do you set the sign convention? It is nothing but this minus 1 power I plus j gives you this plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus. That is nothing but if it is even. When a 3 cross 3 we got A11, A12, A13 and A21, A22, A23 and A31, A32, A33. These are the elements in a 3 cross 3 matrix, isn't it? So this 1, 1, 1, 2 constitutes the I and j. So when I plus j is even, you will get a plus sign. When I plus j is odd, you will get a minus sign. That is how you get these sign. So you need not remember this formula, it's difficult, nothing. It's very easy. Just you start with a plus and consecutively minus plus minus plus. You go on writing up till end of the by one row by the other. Okay, that's all. So this signed minor is nothing but our A11, capital A11, capital A12, A13, similarly for all the 9 elements. And transpose of that is going to give you the adjoint A. This is adjoint A. Now one more note they have given, determinant A. When we find out determinant A, we expand it through row 1. So our sign, whatever sign we have used here in adjoint, the same sign, plus, minus and plus. So you can expand through row 1 or you can expand through column 1. It's our convenient. But always we use the format of expanding through row 1. So expanding through row 1, what will you get? 2 into a determinant, then minus 1 into second determinant, then last element into our last determinant. Now how do you get this minor? This is nothing but first element. So first row and the first column, when you delete, you get the determinant 1. Sorry, it is 1 1 1 1 and 2 1. Now eliminating our second column, because it is second element 1, so eliminating the second column, you get the minor as 1 1 2 1. This is called as minor. Okay, now eliminating our third column, because it is the third element, you will get the minor as 1 1 2 2. Now expanding this, 2 into 1 minus 2 minus 1 into 1 minus 2 plus 1 into 2 minus 2. This becomes 0, so this gets cancelled, and here it is minus 1, so minus 2, here it is minus 1, minus into minus plus 1, that is equal to minus 1, not equal to 0. So it may be even a negative number. Okay, it need not only be positive, so determinant of A can be of any form, positive, negative, or whatever it may be. Okay, so there is no condition in that. So just to explain this note, they have given this example. And then next, theorem 1.1, for every square matrix A of order n, very important property, this theorem, A into adjoint A equal to adjoint A into A equal to determinant A into In. This n denotes the order of the square matrix. If it is of order 3, you will get I3. If it is of order 2, you will get it I2. If it is order of 4, you will get it as I4. Okay, and A is a singular matrix of order n, the determinant A equal to 0. So this is going to be equal to 0 matrix, 0 of order n. Okay, if determinant A value becomes 0, then A into adjoint A and adjoint A into A automatically will become a 0 matrix, where 0 denotes the 0 matrix of order n, of that order. Okay, this is the introduction for this chapter. From next session onwards, we'll see the examples and some important theorems for this application of matrices and determinants. Thank you.